Listen.
Why would it be less audible? You would think it would be less audible if...
No, okay.
Well, there's no thing flapping in your ass. Like,
But that's how the sound is caused. Like our vocal cords,
Okay, sorry.
our farts are
Yeah, but
like
the song
skin
is not like
flapping
up
it.
your butt.
Well,
Oh yeah, I'm the cream of the crop of questionables.
Hey everybody, it's Phil here from the Silver Blunderbuss with another Questionables. On the couch today we have these fine gents.
Thomas. Again.
Ross.
Me, Joel.
Again.
Okay, you know what?
Today's questionable is... Every freaking time. Question today is as follows. Questionable. The questionable today is this. To be a great artist, do you need to have suffered?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Like that's a old-fashioned myth used to make people hurt themselves.
Well, I mean, it's like method acting and stuff like that. There was a whole because like when they brought method acting over from Russia, there was like some stuff lost in the translation, and they were like, and all the Americans were like, oh, you gotta hurt yourself. You have to experience pain to then be able to replicate that on stage. And that's why there's like method acting where they like, I'm gonna do heroin to get ready for this role. And then there are people who are like, I'm gonna pretend and think about doing heroin and then try and acting.
So, and there are plenty of actors and artists who have led perfectly healthy, normal lives, who've done well.
Yeah.
Just people remember when they suffer because it's like, oh, they suffered through all of those things, and look at what they produced.
The suffering comes from when you make no money because you're an artist, and it was a stupid life.
And you sit in front of cameras on your friends' couches, hoping it's going to go somewhere, but in your heart of hearts.
I don't know. I just think that like...
Time will tell.
I don't know.
You need to earn that blue paint.
What? I don't understand the blue paint thing.
It was a sad joke, Thomas. It was a sad joke, because blue's a sad
I
color.
wouldn't call it a joke. We don't have to constantly compare ourselves to people who have suffered immensely more or less. You know?
And I don't like the fact that sort of viewpoint romanticizes going through pain and stuff like that.
Does anything change? If you suffer more, does it make anything better? Maybe you could say, yes, okay, some people have achieved great art without suffering, probably. Almost definitely. But have there been any people that by suffering has made their art better, and they wouldn't have been able to attain that unless they went through some crazy stuff?
I think it depends on the person and how they handle those experiences. Because there are a ton of people who go through crazy stuff and then not so crazy stuff. And then the people who go through the crazy stuff might go insane and then jump off a bridge or something. Or they might be like, I gotta express myself in some other way. And then they like start painting or make music or start a blog.
They channel the suffering into their art, so it helps it. But
What type are we talking here, guys? What type of
art?
What type of art? I don't think it's specific to any kind of
music.
I'm trying to think of different arts.
Visual arts.
Music,
Movies.
I mean, you always
paintings.
hear how like sad the great artists were sometimes.
There are plenty of happy great artists too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's the happiest artist? Bob Ross.
Yeah.
I guess
he
so.
was super happy.
But we never know.
Mr. Rogers.
Which is
Yeah.
Mr. Dress Up.
Absolutely.
I have an example, but I can't remember the artist's name.
Great.
Who is the singer, the one who sang the Rehab song? What's her name? Dead one.
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse.
The
Amy
dead
Winehouse.
one. Oh, that!
She didn't
Everyone
suffer.
loves Rehab because she died because she didn't go to rehab. That song was better after she suffered death than it was before.
Heroin
She
addicts.
suffered through the
I don't
harrowing.
really know if there are any
experience
Billboard
of
statistics that say, oh, it went actually
No,
up in sales
It's fact.
after.
It's fact.
Well,
Oh, it's a fact. Oh, okay.
Things go up in sales when artists die for sure.
It was
because
like, oh
people-
yeah, she's a drunk. She wrote this song, but oh my god, she died because she didn't go to rehab, or she did go to rehab and she died anyway. She suffered.
They're very
made that
confused,
song.
these
They
people.
made her song. I think they made a documentary about her. This
Mhm.
year.
Would you consider Anthony Hopkins a great
Fat?
actor? Stop bringing up Hitchcock. Would you consider him a great actor?
Yes.
Okay.
He's very talented.
He's very talented.
Yeah.
He doesn't do the method, and he's just a very cheerful guy who's led a relatively normal life. And he won an
That we know
Oscar
of.
for being an insane serial killer.
You know, you have to like explore the. I don't know. I got lost somewhere along the
yeah,
way.
that had real promise, Ross. But it's like
You had people on the edge of their computer chairs.
Yeah.
And now they just sank back into
Now
it.
they're just gonna open
Like,
a new
well,
tab.
I guess I need to
you
look
made
for
people
new
switch
ways.
to porn now.
I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if you were gonna bring up the porn thing.
That's it.
I
It's
held
hit-
back, but you opened the floodgates.
Right there.
What,
I've
you
opened
like
the
porn?
legs.
Porn is great art. Do you think people
No, it's
who
not
suffer
great. It's
make
awful
better
art.
porn?
No, porn's not art in any way.
People who
Porn is
suffered
just a
made better.
weird
What about
byproduct.
tasteful nudes?
I know what it's like.
Yeah.
Just
They
because you say
suffer
tasteful
models
doesn't
for
mean it's
artists?
art.
Tasteful nudes is art, not pornography.
I just imagine like a porn star being like, "I've had that cactus in there.
Would you?
I can express the
Pointy.
Would you call
Thanks,
when you
Joel.
go to a museum, let's say, and you find like
a
a
porn
sculpture?
museum."
When you go to a museum,
I'm sorry.
and not a porn museum, they have those though, I'm sure.
Field
But let's say
pressure.
you go to
Dildos
one,
throughout history.
and you come upon this big naked statue of a woman. Would you call that a tasteful nude, or would you call it a statue? Granite just gets me off.
Do you go to a museum?
I'm as hard as the marble you're made of.
Oh.
Do you go to like a museum and you see Venus de Milo and you're like, having no arms just makes it better.
Oh.
That's just getting weird, Phil.
Well,
It's his
Dial
show.
it back.
It's like I want to see. You just like leave little criticisms. You're like, I want to see her feet more. Can you put nail
That's
polish
how
on
she
her
suffered.
toes?
She's art because she was decapitated both arms.
Decapitated, doesn't it only refer to
She
the
decapitated.
head?
Yes.
Amputated. That's what I meant.
She originally had two
Two
heads.
heads on her arms.
Two heads on it. You never know. I lost my sisters.
She was a human Cerberus before
Yeah, exactly.
the accident.
It was really difficult eating at restaurants because we had to, I don't know why she's British.
Three separate bills.
Like,
There's the leaps we've made from the subject matter.
I'd like to
are-
get back to the subject matter.
suffering in art in general.
I think that if you want to be a successful artist, you have to suffer, but mostly through like years of not being successful. So there is an element of suffering in
Does that
all
count as suffering?
art, but it's like not like when people think of
It's all
great
perspective.
suffering for great artists, it's always drug problems or substance abuse or messed up family lives or things like that.
Suicide.
I think it's more like, I lived in this shitty apartment for like 6 months and I'm not making it anywhere.
Like daily suffering.
Yeah, like I just had pepper and salt for lunch today. Oh, it's not.
Why would you
things
even
I
bother at that point?
It's all about. It's about the dream.
That was the worst gesture.
That's why I stop myself immediately. I'm gonna make a gif of that.
Please.
I'm gonna make a gif of that.
Please be out of the shot, please.
Oh, it won't be.
I don't think you have to have suffered to be a great artist. You can be a totally great artist by just your own gumption and skills and talent. So don't think you have to go through terrible things to do good in the world.
I agree.
Oh God.
That's crazy. I didn't even state an opinion.
You stated something.
Why did we switch you in? I bet Alex would have said so much about wrestling
Did
that we
Nicki
could have tapped into.
Minaj suffer for her art?
Starships were meant to suffer. And that's the end of that. So thanks so much for tuning into Questionables. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone. Do it. Go close. Go in closer. Closer.
It's too far away.
You would like that,
Do
wouldn't
it
you?
right now. I would. Do it. Getting closer. Everyone getting closer. Everyone getting closer.
Oh.
To start the session, Phil's gonna ask a question, and if we're lucky, we won't get the indigestion. From tacos to poop, and how to ruin your child forever. We'll give you the scoop, making you laugh is our endeavor. What's the name of the show? It ain't particularly objectionable, so go with the flow, and get ready for Questionables. Questionables. Yeah.